Stay tuned for a small announcement at the end of the video.
Men, what is a high body count? Because I swear I could tell a guy it's 1 and he'd be like, that's too high.
I wouldn't say it's too high, I would just say I don't believe you.
So I need like the honest answer.
Okay, the honest answer is that it's not just bodies, it's everything that makes you look like a bad idea. I have them listed here. This might count as a couple bodies. There's actually a formula, I'll explain. This is Zones, my relationship chart. It shows what women are looking for in men and what men are looking for in women, and body count is a part of purity. Before I explain, I learned a lot of what I know by reading and making my own notes. My sponsor, Shortform, took the notes for you. You can get the basics on topics like success, psychology, and communication, and come back and brush up later. Shortform has podcasts, articles, audiobooks,
The Shortform Guide to Atomic Habits,
and you can use my link for a free trial and 20% off. Now watch me help this young lady understand by seeing what others don't. So as I was saying, body count is only one part of purity, which is what we're really looking for, not just a number. Some women don't like to hear this.
You guys are really insecure about everything about...
You bet. Absolutely.
In other words, the man is the problem. Man bad. Everything happens to women from the outside, but everything happens because of men. And you can say that if you want, but it doesn't change how we feel. It's not going to move you from here to here. It's just going to make us lie. Oh, I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. I'm sure you've heard it before. And also, we don't believe you. We know you know this matters. I once took a girl on a picnic date to a big hill with a great view, and it turned out she went there all the time, but she pretended she'd never seen it before to make me feel like I was showing her something new. That's signaling purity. Of course, it was a lie, but it was a nice thought. Purity means basically the opposite of this. I drew this girl to look spoiled and entitled and unappreciative, just like, I've seen it, do better. I don't know if this story is true, but if it is, it's a great example of why we desire purity, because if you don't have it, you might do this. So that's what this part of the chart means. Here's why it's not just bodies. Imagine that I'm shopping for a used car, and I find one that is in great condition, and I find another one that is in, okay condition. Now, I don't really care if this one had 10 previous owners. It doesn't change what matters. Now, imagine that the car has feelings, and it says things like, that's not the way my last owner drove me. Michael bought me better tires. I don't want this car anymore. I'll take that one. That is what we're judging. Purity is, how many problems do you come with? I need to know that about you, because the more problems you have, the more likely you are to take my entire house. I believe the odds are 60-30 for a first marriage. We don't need to make that any worse. Now, everybody knows that more bodies equals a greater risk of divorce, and that body count has been going up for a while, but for some reason, the worst number of bodies is 2, so it's not that simple.
So my body count is 1,572.
Okay, sometimes it's simple. Think of it like gambling. You put down $1 to win 2, and the odds are 51-49 in favor of the house. Now, what if the odds were 90-10? No one would play that game. Now, what are the odds she's going to stop at? 1,573. I don't know, but I wouldn't bet my house. Here again is the formula. Body count times body type over configuration plus soul count plus body production plus body damage times multipliers. This can make the whole thing 0 if you find the right guy.
So you're not romantically, but sexually you do see other people?
Yes, sexually.
And you will sleep with them together?
Yes, and I will marry Sophia one day.
So you can find a guy who doesn't care about body count if you want to be this happy. Let's go over the factors. First, there's body count. That one's simple. That's just the raw number of people who got there first. And as you can see, as that number goes up, marriage quality goes down with some creativity. And that's where the rest of this comes in. Body type is, who were they? There's all kinds of people in this big world of ours, and we want to know, were they ugly, attractive, short, tall, rich, poor? Were they certain type? Were they high status, low status? Were they from a certain place? There's lots of details that make each body matter more or less. For example, I dated a girl who kissed girls in front of me and I felt nothing. I was like, am I supposed to be mad? On the other hand, I also dated somebody who revealed to me that she had hung out with somebody in particular, and that was intolerable. Configuration is, what were the circumstances? Like, were you being the table? That might be extra bodies. Did you ever have a sugar daddy? That's usually extra bodies. Were you cheating? Bodies. Was he cheating? Bodies. Did you know the girl he was cheating on? Loads of bodies. Soul count is less of a number and more of what percentage of you is devoted to other people. So if I'm getting to know you and you're 28 and you have had 3 ex-boyfriends, that is a low body count. But if one of them is getting out of jail and coming to see you, that is a very high body count. Maybe you've heard the term alpha widow. This is from a story where she turned down his proposal twice because she was waiting for this guy. That's worth like 40 bodies. So again, it's not just the number of bodies. You lose points for threatening bodies and for low quality bodies, as well as the arrangement of bodies and the availability of the person living inside your body. Now, body production, that means less purity for every child. Now, what you really don't want is a low quality child. I made a cube. I like cubes. I have tools this time. So I call this the he already has a father cube because that's what all the single moms say. What we are looking at is the cost, the quality, and the number of your children. So for example, when I was 27, I dated a 35-year-old woman with a 16-year-old kid, and he was like good at math and had friends and stuff, and I didn't have to take care of him. He was almost done. And that was in this area. Not a big problem. Barely bothered me at all. On the other hand, when I was 34, I dated a 27-year-old girl, and then she went away and texted after a year with a brand new baby, and that is very high cost. That's 18 birthdays, and if I'm not careful, college. And also I said, is it mine? And she said no, and that's bad configuration, first of all. And also, if your kid makes decisions like you, not looking great for this variable. So obviously this can be difficult to calculate, so as a shortcut, you can just go with 20 bodies minus the child's age. So if you had, for example, a 14-year-old and a 2-year-old, that would be 24 bodies. I'm sorry, you've been declined. Body damage, that would be habits, drugs, history, daddy issues, that sort of thing. Tattoos are about 1 body per 10 square inches unless they're vulgar, and that's 1 body per square inch. The way you live matters. I wouldn't want to tell my mom about this. Age is a form of damage. That's wear and tear. Here's the equation. Nobody cares. Age adds 0 bodies until 28 and then approaches infinity as you approach 45. Basically, if I'm beginning a relationship with a 45-year-old woman, who cares what you used to do? Which brings us to multipliers. That's the who cares part. And the answer is, that's not really your business, is it? Everybody cares about each one of these things a different amount. And you wanted the honest answer.
So I need like the honest answer.
And the honest answer is, this is how we feel when these things don't look good. And that might limit your options. And if you do go a little too far and then you find a guy you like anyway, he might think of you as for now and not forever and never tell you. And then you'll look like this in your 30s. And here's the most important part. Are you ready? If you try to argue with any of this, if you say, my past doesn't matter, we know that means it's not good. That's automatically minus points. My past doesn't matter because if you knew it, you wouldn't like me. So the more of this you sacrifice, the more of a risk we are taking with you, and the less we trust you, and nobody punishes us for lying about how much we like you anymore. So the honest answer?
What's high?
Whatever scares off the guy that you really want. So here's my little announcement. It's not a big deal. It's about channel membership and my live streams. So if you don't like either one of those, just go do something else and I'll see you next time. So I'm finally getting organized after a year and a half. A few other YouTubers have told me that my pay per 1,000 views is pathetic. Of course I want to earn the most I can, but I don't want to take any quality away from you. So here's what I'm offering. First of all, some of you love my live streams, most of you don't. They are my only videos that lose me subscribers. So from now on, most of them will be members only, so I'm not bothering the people who don't want them. If I could make them free, I would, but I can't, so it's $1. If I get enough members, I will be able to do more live streams at different times for different time zones. HM Live 1 and 3 are the same thing, just do 1. I made 3 at like 2 in the morning because YouTube said it was popular, but of course $1 is more popular. So you can just sign up for 1, or you can give me $2 $2 for nothing. I'll spend it on steak. HM Plus gets you early access to my videos. I'll start posting them for Plus and above early in the morning so you can be first in line. And as I post more and more, I might make it a few days or a week or something, no promises. You will also get polls and updates that not everyone would care about. You can look at the steak you bought me. For HM Double Plus, I will occasionally make extra little videos for you, not like normal ones, but more like whatever I'm up to. Also, I will filter my comments to answer you first. Finally, HM Elite members are welcome to join a members-only area of my Discord. I'm usually in there every day, but again, no promises. I'm there when I can be. Also, if I get a lot of members and my live streams are too crowded, I will turn on Elite-only live chat so you can get my attention while I am drawing. If there's anything else I can offer you, let me know in the comments, and these things may all change later. I don't know, I'm figuring it out, but basically, I just want to make my live streams private. Okay, that's all. Thank you. More videos coming soon.